Hey everyone, welcome back to the Notch and Nocta channel. It's been a good year since I've posted anything. The reason for that is my wife and I had a baby, and so we were sort of giving a lot of our time to the baby. He's now over a year old now. He's about a year and a half old actually. And then early last year I had the opportunity to play a small role in a movie, just an extra part, but it was fun, so I spent a lot of time getting ready for that and then filming that. It's called Eyes of a Roman, should be coming out pretty soon, so if you'll run across it, check it out. Right now I am on my way to a very special place. Never thought I'd get an opportunity to hunt this place, but it's actually kind of cool. I'm going to a monastery, a convent, where there's a lot of nuns who are at this convent, like the very serious ones who, from my understanding, they wear veils over their faces and chant and do a lot of things like that, kind of hardcore nuns, which is cool. So anyways, I got permission. I reached out to them. They have a large area, so it looks like a few acres that I can hunt there, or that I've always wanted to hunt. It turns out it's their prayer garden. So I took a chance and emailed them, and the head nun got my email and she had someone respond. So they're excited to see what I find, and I'm excited to do it. Paul was going to be with me today. You may have seen Paul hunting with me in the past, but it is a really cold day and a windy day. It is super windy, like enough to make a lot of people not want to get out and metal detect, but I'm going to give it a shot just because I don't want to let the opportunity pass. So I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm layered up. I've got like 15 different articles of clothing on, and I'm going to try to stay warm. I just stopped and got a mask. That was the only thing. I stepped outside and I felt pretty warm. So the only thing that was cold was my face, so I stopped and got a little mask at Academy Sports. So I'm going to see how I do. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, so I made it in. I got to the monastery and I found the gate locked, and I didn't know what to do, because do you approach a monastery? I don't know. I ended up calling and sending an email, and this really nice, beautiful old lady came up, and as a nun, it's the person I've been dealing with through email. She came up and let me in the gate. So she told me that it's actually 7 acres. I'll see if I can show you what it looks like. So basically it's just 7 acres of very wide open space. There's a lot of trees, but they keep it trimmed back and everything. So it's very nice place to dig. And right up there on that hill, there's the monastery. So I'm outside their compound. I'm not in their compound. It would be cool to be able to go in, because there's some history there, but I'm here. So this is their prayer garden, so this is what I'm going to be detecting. And it's got a lot of these statues, like if you see behind me, there's a statue, and they're kind of all over the place. I don't know if you can see them, but there's statues all through the garden, all through the woods. Anyways, I'm just going to get started. I'm excited to do this today. It is very cold, but I don't care. Let's see what we can find. Okay, I've just been here a few minutes. First hit I got was like a top to a soda can or beer can or something. There's a lot of garbage in the ground near the road, so I moved further in, trying to see what I can find. Immediately I just eyeballed it. It looks like a bottle, so I haven't pulled it out yet. I'm just curious. I'm hoping it's like an old bottle. You can see it right there sticking out of the dirt. Nope. Man, I don't know. It's broken. It's just a piece. It looked like it was sort of a square bottle, maybe. Can't tell you the age. It does have that mother of pearl look to it, so there's no telling. It could have been an old bottle. I'll just stick it in the pouch just in case. Maybe I can get something off of it later. All right, so just gonna keep looking. Okay, so I got a little hit. Got a hit. It was around 60. Dug it up, found my first little find of the day. Found a bullet. Yep. It's a bullet. It looks like it never hit anything. It looks like it just sort of landed in the dirt. It's not deformed or anything, but pretty cool. Bullet. Cool. Hey, that's something. It's good to find something. I haven't been out in a while, so there we go. See what else we can find. Okay, I got a head in the 50s. Dug it up, and it was this like an old bolt. I don't know if you can see that right there. Old nut and bolt, square head, square nut. Seen that very often. A square nut. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a machinist by trade, so I've made a bazillion things in my life, threaded things. I've never actually made anything threaded with a square bolt or a square nut. So it's kind of interesting to me. Anyways, I'm all the way up to the fence near the monastery back there, convent, whatever you want to call it. Looking around here, it's nice clean dirt. There's not a lot of garbage over here, so I'm going to keep looking around here for a minute, see what we find. Okay, it's pretty windy. I just got another hit, nothing fancy, but I found this some sort of, could have been like, let's say that the little door handle on like a barn door or something like that. So there could have been something here at one point. Could have been an old house or a shed or something like that. Anxious to see. I'm just going to keep looking though. But you know, everything's a clue to what else might be here. So that's an interesting find to me. All right, I think I may head down here along this fence line, work my way back around. Just keep zigzagging through, I guess. It's not really a great strategy out here, but I'm cold and I'm just going to do what I can. Made another little discovery. Nothing great. I eyeballed it. There's a spoon. It's bent. I don't think that's silver at all. Stanley Roberts, Taiwan. Yeah. Made in Taiwan. I doubt that's silver at all. I don't see any marks. Either way, I'll stick it in the bag. Keep looking. It's kind of weird that there'd be a spoon just sitting out here. I don't think it was like a crack thing, heroin thing, or whatever you do with those spoons. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep looking around. I feel confident there has to be some old coins out here. I would think if this has been here 100 years, been fenced off most of the time, there's got to be something out here. So I'm just going to keep looking. I feel hopeful. We'll see. So I was just saying that everything is a clue of what could be out here, or what, you know, gives you time frames sometimes. So I just dug up an old Milwaukee beer can, and it looks like it's probably from the 60s or something like that. And then I just walked a few feet and I saw sticking out of the ground, I saw the bottom of this bottle. So I dug it out and it's all in one piece. And this is an old A&W root beer bottle. Yeah, it's a pretty old bottle. I need to research it. I'm going to take it and research it. But that's a pretty cool find to be all in one piece. There's all kinds of things out here. I just pulled this fabric out of the ground. It looks like it was a fabric of a dress, something like that. But either way, this is a cool find. It's an old bottle, I'm thinking. So this could be a very good clue of, you know, what I might be able to find out here. So yeah, that's gonna go in my bag for sure. It's a cool find. Okay, so I'm right here by Lady Mary there. I don't know if you can see her. I just got a hit in the 80s, and it's pretty consistent. Now, once or twice it jumped up into the 90s, or whatever it is right there, but it keeps settling back into the 80s, which is a good number for me. It's also a bad number sometimes, see that? So 80s are often, silver hits in the 80s range. In this case, it just happened to be an old bottle top. Ah, well. But whenever you get in the 80s, you turn the camera on. Alright, so, yep, let me just keep looking. Man, my hands are cold. I haven't found much. Found some more bottle parts. Older bottles, like maybe the 50s, 60s old Dr. Pepper bottles. I kind of had a thought in the back of my mind when I started out here that I wondered if perhaps there could be graves out here or something like that. You know, just because this is a century-old monastery and, you know, convents and things like that, people live and die there. So I wondered where they might have buried their dead, you know. But anyways, I was just looking in the fork of this tree and I found this brick. I pulled it up and it says, it has a name on it, like Walsh with an X. So I don't know what that X meant. It could have been a date or something. Roman numeral. But I found it right here. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't think I should move it. That's an interesting find though. I kind of dug around with my pinpointer. It didn't detect anything, so anyways. It's just an interesting find, huh? So I'm going to keep looking. Maybe I'll find more of these. You never know. Okay, here we go. Okay, I was just walking along here. I found all these little guys here. What those are the Stations of the Cross. I don't know if you can see them behind me. There's a couple there. They have the Stations of the Cross. Anyways, I was digging around here, or swinging around here, and I got a hit in the 80s. Dropped down into the 70s and then back into the 80s again, so I don't know. But I have my first coin of the day right there. You see what it is. Looks like a Roosevelt dime. I gotta do it, I gotta spit on it. Now I gotta rub it on my pants. Don't really want to rub it on my pants because these are new pants. See what I get out of this. One thing you may not know about me is I'm as blind as a bat. Let me see if I can zoom in on this guy. Hello. Zoom in. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's see what we can see here. I'm not really seeing a date just yet. Where am I? Where is it? There it is. See anything? Okay, I'm gonna pause. See if I can figure this out real quick. If I get my cell phone out, I can zoom in a little better. So hold on. I want to see what it is. Okay, I've been cleaning the dime. I can't really see the date very well. Tried like zooming in with my phone. It looks like it says 1960 something, but I can't tell. We're just gonna have to clean it up later. Figure out if it's in the zone or not. Could be silver, could be not. So anyways, hey, it's my first coin of the day. So I'm just gonna keep looking around. I think I might find some more. Okay, I think I sort of found maybe a bottle dump. They're just fragments, but there's all different types of bottles here. Let's see, we got this screen guy right here. Over here we've just got clear glass. Over here we have, and there's another piece, but what these are, looks like porcelain of some sort. Yeah, there's quite a few different types of glass around here. There's a piece there. There's some clay jar there, ceramic or something like that. Yeah, I think this used to be a bottle dump. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. I'll just leave it alone. But it's interesting. You never know what the history of a place is. That's just evidence of it. Okay. Okay, I just wandered on a really good, I don't want to say good, but it's a bottle dump, but it has an amazing amount of broken pieces of different types of bottles and ceramics, the pottery or whatever. Just kind of give you an idea. All of this stuff that you see are bottle fragments. Bottle fragments. Ceramics, porcelains. There's amber bottles. White porcelain. There's some right there that has patterns on it. Flowered patterns. There's the... Gotta be careful getting it out, but there is a top of a bottle here. Look at that. That's a cork bottle there. That would have had a cork in it. So yeah, and it goes... Oh wow, look at this. This could have been the top of an inkwell right here. That's very cool. Could have been an inkwell. There are glasses that have writing on them or lettering on them. So this is pretty cool. It's an old button. Can you see that? There's an old button. So yeah, this was a bottle dump at one point. So this is where they would have brought their trash, and most of their trash at the time, you know, comprised of bottles and things like that. Oh my God, I just saw something. This is so cool. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay, it is cool, but I thought this was a little car when I first saw it, a little toy car. But it's a chain link. What is this? Here's another. I don't know if that's a button or what that is. Yep, there's a button. That's the same one I had. I must have dropped it. Yeah, there's porcelain. I think that's porcelain. It's white all the way through. Some clay or ceramic type pottery. Yeah, it's just amazing. I don't know what that is. I wonder if that will show up on the detector. I don't know. Might have to try it. Let me see. Put that there. Sure does, I think. Yeah, I wonder what that is. I have some black stuff. No, that is not it. I'm picking up something else here. Probably just something associated with these bottles. Yeah, this must have been their dump at one point. There's no telling what's under here. This is a pretty cool find. So I think I'm going to scan around here for a minute. I'm going to scan around here and see what I find. This is interesting. Real quickly, I want to check. I saw another piece of glass that had some writing on it. This is awesome. Okay, let me show you. It's the bottom of a jar or glass or some point, or something like that. Can't choose my words. Okay, but it says August 31st, 1915 on it. I don't know if you can see that. So there you go. There's no telling what's under this ground right now from 1915, the early 1900s. This is over 100 years old. Over 100 years old. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, there's that. There's all the fragments of pottery and glass. There's another one of those bolts with a square nut on it. I see that over there. Anyways, this is way cool. I gotta spend some time right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dig around. I'm gonna scan around with my detector and see if I pick up anything. This is exciting. Let's see what we find. So yeah, I came over to another tree not a few feet away, and there's just so much glass. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're ringing the bells at the convent. But yeah, there's just so much glass here. So much glass, and I'm seeing little things in it. Like this guy. Here's an old shotgun shell. End of a shotgun shell, I don't know what you call it. Little fragments of metal. I can't even detect here. There's so much stuff in the soil. But I keep finding these little black things. They look melted, so I don't know if these were old jars or something rubber, but it's been melted. I don't know if you can see all that. It's been melted. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Look at this. don't know what this is. Yeah, they're ringing the bells over there. I bet that's someone standing there ringing them too. It's not automated. Yeah, there's just so much stuff here. It's kind of cool. There's just all kinds of glass. Very cool stuff. I mean, there's got to be stuff in here. I'm seeing buttons. Just little buttons. Little dainty little buttons. Seeing a few. There's an R. I don't know if you can see it on that jar. Some porcelain looking things. Very cool. Very cool. Yep, very cool. Okay, just a second ago, these big limbs crashed down from this tree. Right over there. See, they crashed down. Could have been on my head. Had I walked a few more steps. But anyways, right here, I want to show you something. If I can get zoomed out. Hold on. Getting a pretty good 80s hit somewhere right here. So I want to dig this one live. See if I can find it. Hold on. Be patient. Get my shovel out of the way. That would help to get my shovel out of the way. It's got to be right here somewhere. Right there. Right here. Right there. So I'm going to dig a little hole right there. Right there. So 80s can be silver. So I'm going to dig it right here. There could be another beer can top, but I want to get it on film just in case. On camera. Let's see. It's not a coin. Looks like it's the edge of it too, like a picture frame or something. Oh well. That's how it goes. I'll keep looking. Maybe I'll find something. I feel like there's got to be an old coin out here. There has to be an old coin. I'm gonna find it. We're gonna find it. I found the bottom of another jar. It has 1915 on it again. This is August 31st. But it says Sand Springs, Oklahoma. So that had a little more information on it than the other one did. Man, that's so cool. And over here I was noticing there's one with a very flared edge. See that? See that profile? It was very cool. Very cool stuff. It looks like the bottle dump is basically just right in this area here. It's not much over here. There's some over here, but not as much as there is over here. This seemed to be the big pile. And over there I found that melted stuff. So the pile goes from that tree basically all the way to this area. And I found all that melted stuff. So they were probably burning trash out here at some point and doing something. It's kind of crazy that they never saw value in the glass. value in having that glass. Maybe it was just a different time, different priorities. I can't detect here. The ground is so full of metal. No matter where I swing the detector, it's just going crazy. I found this thing. So I don't know what that is. Feels pretty light. That may be wood. Old wood handle from something. There's more of that melted stuff right there. It's the bottom of another jar. Square jar. It's just so cool. I may keep this one piece just so I can research it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't really want to leave this spot, but I need to look around. Keep my eyes open. Find something out here. Very cool bottle dump. Looking around a little bit more. Look down and I spotted something. I'm gonna come in. See that? It's a spoon. So I'm gonna pull that out. Fairly old spoon, I would say. That's copper. Is that copper? It's got a copper look to it. That's very cool. Copper spoon. That is amazing. I didn't hit it with a detector, I just eyeballed it. So, but yeah, I'll definitely put that in the pouch. Got all kinds of stuff in there now. But I was looking here, there's more glass with writing on it. Saw something, what was it? Oh yeah, over here. Let me see, this guy right here. What is it? There we go. There's a bowl of some sort, I think. A little decorative bowl. Got a little zigzag pattern there. Very cool. I wonder if these nuns know this is out here. Ooh, what is this? A little sticks in my way. Got a little piece right here. See that? Almost looks like a little pond. What is it? Can't tell. Take my glove off. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah. What is that? It's interesting. That'll go in my pocket. I can't tell if that's like ceramic or plastic. My hands are frozen. Yeah, just cool stuff around. I know this may seem nerdy to some people, but it's exciting to me. Might keep that piece. Found a copper spoon. Can't believe it. Never found a copper spoon before. But now I have. That wasn't even on my bucket list. But I can check it off even if it was. So, what is this? This is crazy. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, so there's some neat stuff around here. I'm finding, first of all, I was just looking here, just right in front of me. I sat down and was sort of digging around. I'm sitting right in the middle of all this glass. Just kind of getting a close look at what's here. So yeah, we have various, I don't know if it's porcelain or not. I'm not an expert on porcelain. It's ceramic or porcelain, pottery. Thought for a second that was the top of a Zippo lighter, but it's not. It has a knurl on one of these diameters. The other one's tapered. It doesn't have a knurl. I don't know what that is. And I was sitting here just looking, you know. Right in front of me is an old horseshoe. Right here it's bent, but it still has the nails in it. That's awesome. Still has the nails in it. Look like they twisted this out. Maybe they were changing it. Maybe they twisted this out of the horse because it's curved in. If you see, those nails are a little curved. So maybe they twisted them out. There's that other bolt with, no, it's not a square nut. It's just a normal hex nut. But yeah, just interesting stuff. Man, there's so much here to look at. Looks like that's a lid portion to something. Let's see, more amber stuff. Amber bottles. Blue bottles. I'm wondering if I just dug a hole right there, if there would be anything more solid come up. It's very interesting. I'm glad to find all this. Very cool. So what was that date? 1915 earlier? Something like that? Very cool. Very cool. I'm running out of room in my bag of all these little things I'm finding. Yeah, so I'm going to search around right here. I'm going to stay in this little area for a while. Right amongst all this stuff and see if I can dig up anything cool. I don't know if it be any coins over here, but you never know. You never know. All right, let's keep looking. Okay, a while ago I was showing you, like, you know, I was over here picking up this nut and that horseshoe. I didn't realize it, but I was sitting on something kind of cool. It's got something interesting next to it. Let's see if I can zoom in. So you see there's a buckle. I was sitting on it. There's a buckle. Right next to it is this little sphere looking thing of glass. That is. Picking it up now. It's a. This may have been the top of like a perfume bottle or something. Something's broken off right there. You see, it may have been the stopper for a perfume bottle or something like that, or an inkwell. Could have been an inkwell. I don't know. Oh, that's very cool. Then there's that buckle. Very nice buckle. Nice. Could have been on a little belt, something like that, or a bag. Neat stuff. Neat stuff. Man, it actually pays to just kind of be close to the ground. Oh, what is this? There's another one of those things I found earlier. It's knurled on one side. You know what I think this is? Oh yeah, I know what this is. I'm thinking, set those down. I'm thinking this was the winder on something. Could have been a winder on like a clock. Little winding stem. It's broken off now. Could have been something like that. Yeah. So I found two of these already. That's pretty interesting. One's in my pocket, I think, and maybe I'll just stick this one in my pocket. Yeah, I'll take all of these. These are kind of cool. That fell out of my bag. I may need to go clean my bag out. I don't know if you can tell, but some of the stuff I got sticking out of here. And this compartment's full. So I may... Man, my car's just right over there, but I gotta walk all the way down there to a gate and then walk all the way around to empty this out. But I think it's gonna be worth it, so let me do that. I'm gonna walk this stuff around. Yeah, I'm gonna walk it all around and put it in the back of my car, and then I'm gonna come back. Sound good? I still got plenty of battery life too. That's good. Yeah, it's a good day. So I ran up to the car, put my stuff in the back, emptied my fines bag out, warmed up a little bit, came back. The bottle dump's like right over there in this area over here. I don't know if you can see that, but I came back and got a hit in the 50s and popped out this little guy right here. See that? It's a length of chain. Very cool. But see, things like this, I wonder who the last person was to hold this thing before me. It could have been someone 100 years ago held this, used this for something. No telling what it was used for, but here it is. Possibly 100 years, 115 years later, you never know. All of a sudden it's relevant again and part of life, part of the world. Here it is. Very cool. It definitely goes in the bag. I'm right up along the edge of the fence. There's a fence that just runs right here, and there's a gap, and then there's the compound back there for the monastery. It's very cool that they let me come out here and do this. I just tried it on a whim. I shot them an email, and they were pretty warm and welcome of the idea of me coming out here. So I'm going to spend as much time as I can out here. This is probably my one opportunity to do this, so I'm going to try to take advantage of it. If it gets too cold, I'll head out. My mom actually lives just down the street from here, so I grew up down there. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep looking. Just walked a few more feet. Got a nice signal. I mean, really loud. I hear it screaming. I just kicked the leaves around and unearthed another length of chain. It's more chain. Very interesting. Same length as the others. Maybe they were holding something up aloft, you know, maybe from a rafter in a barn or something. You never know. Cool. Goes in the bag. Fun stuff, man. So I'm getting a pretty good strong hit right here by the base of the street. It's hitting in the 70s and 80s. It's very strong, whatever it is. Well, I didn't film it, but I found another length of chain over here. This one had about 6 or 7 links in it. I don't think this is chain though. It's hitting in a different range altogether. This feels sizable, whatever it is. See if I can get this glove on. Leaves are killing me. Something right here. The ground feels really soft. See how it kind of just gives away? So there's something right here. Something, meaning it doesn't have a lot of support. Like maybe there's some mulch or something under here. Let's see. Still there? Yep, still under there. Yeah, it just kind of, the whole area pushes down a little bit. It's just kind of odd. Maybe a cavity. I think it's going to be a can. Sure enough. Can. Here's a Modelo can. It's not old at all. Modelo. That's what I thought once I was pushing on it, and it was just kind of giving way. Usually if something seems sizable, it's going to be like aluminum. There's a thing that detectors do. Like I'm using the detector I'm using is a Simplex, Nocta Simplex. I really like it. It's a inexpensive detector, but you get a lot in it. It's very cool. Works very well. What I don't like about it is the stem on it. It's some kind of rubber thing or plastic that bends, so it's not super sturdy. But that's the point. The bending of it keeps it from breaking. But everything else about this detector is fantastic. But you know, when we detect something, it gives us a number, and we have to look through ranges and these ranges of numbers and try to guesstimate what something is. You know, it'll show me a number here. On this detector, let's say if I'm at a park or something, I'm just looking around. If it says 91, it's almost always going to be a quarter. If it says like 61 to 65, it's going to be like a zinc penny, things like that. So you kind of get a good idea. You learn your detector and get a good idea of what's there before you dig it up. Aluminum will be all over the place. It might be down in the 50s and then jump up to the 90s and down to the 70s and back to the 90s and down to the 50s. If it does that, that's generally almost always going to be an aluminum can. I don't know why it does that, but I think I was told once that there's different types of alloys or something in here, and the lid is different than the body of the can, and there's a different alloy for the little pull tab, stuff like that. So it makes a detector go crazy. The detector I used to have before this one was a Fisher, and it would absolutely go haywire. All the numbers would just go squiggly on the screen if I was touching aluminum, so I always knew what not to dig up. But here, being that this is such an old place, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to try to avoid every signal that could be aluminum, because there's no telling what could be here. It's just so old. So it's just the nature of it. I'll be digging up a lot of cans sometimes. Anyways, I'm gonna head that way. Keep swinging this thing, see if I find, I gotta find a coin. There's gotta be a coin out here. I think that dime I found, I'm thinking that was a 90s coin, so I left it in the car. Hopefully I can find something out here. An old Indian head penny, something like that would be great. All right, let's look. Let's see what we find. So I put my detector in all metals mode. I just want you to see how much stuff is in this ground. Let's see. It's mostly iron. And you see these 0 numbers, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 4. It's usually just iron and nails. Sorry. Yeah, it's usually just iron and nails, things like that. It's very hard to distinguish what's out here. So I'm having to discriminate some, so what that means is if if you're kind of unfamiliar with metal detecting. Let me get my glove off here. Hold on. Right here is a scale, 0 to 100 basically, and I can make it ignore certain areas I want. So we have like an all metals mode on this detector, all metals. Then we have like a park mode, relic mode, and then a beach mode, I think is what it is. But I kind of have these set up, like right here I have this notched out up to 50. So if I were just looking for coins and stuff, I could kind of notch that out and ignore all the other stuff. It doesn't really pick it up that well. So I'm going to switch to this guy, work around for a while, just leave it in this setting, and see if I have any better luck. I got to discriminate out all the junk, so maybe I could pick up some good stuff. There it is, whatever it is. Ah, little shotgun shell. I'll put that in the bag. I might be able to date it. You can date these things. That's fun. Okay. Still looking around. I'm starting to get a little tuckered, so I might go for another hour. I go for another hour and call it quits. Getting a little hungry too. Alright, I'm gonna go back up and down this hill. I'm zigzagging up and down. I like these little areas that have no grass. These are washouts. So when it rains up that hill, everything washes down and it keeps the ground clear. It sort of keeps things uncovered, if that makes sense. So I like checking around these areas like that, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go up the hill, work my way up and down this area here, see if I find anything that's on top of the ground or close to the surface. Well, I wrapped it up for the day. It's just started feeling a little tired. Started snowing a little bit too. It's just flurries, you can barely see them, but this would be the first snow in this part of Texas all year long, I think. First snow of the year. Last year about this time in February we had way too much and we were without power for like a week or something. But there's no danger of that today. So anyways, I just had a good time out at the convent. Didn't find what I was hoping to find. I hoped to find some old coins, you know, being the location was so old. I thought I could find some, but I did not today. It was really cold, really windy. I did have fun though. It wasn't so bad that I couldn't stand it. So I was out there for a few hours. Found some interesting things. I really liked finding that bottle dump. That was pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff in that ground, I bet. didn't have time to dig it all up today. So, but anyways, yeah, that's a good hunt for my first one back after a year of not posting anything on this channel. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'll have some more up pretty soon. See ya.